In this video, we'll discuss how to upload DBT Cloud logs to Amazon S3. Let's dive in. We'll start off in this video by building our DBT Cloud using our DBT Cloud blueprint to build our first vessel. So we're going to look for DBT Clouds, and then we want to download our logs and artifacts. So I'm going to click that. That's going to pop up an authorization guide here if this is your first time using DBT Cloud inside of Shipyard. And it's also going to tell you where all the artifacts and logs are going to be stored whenever you download them. So we're going to reference that later on. I'm going to close that for right now. So I'm going to say download DBT Cloud logs for the name of the vessel. I'm going to pull it up here. So I need to grab my service token for DBT, paste it in there, my account ID, and then my run. So there's the run ID. So I'm going off a previous run. If you're setting this up in kind of a normal DBT Cloud process where you're going to do an execute run and then download the logs and artifacts, if you connect it to an execute run, Shipyard will automatically pull that run ID for you, so you won't have to go look for it. But since I'm using a previous run, I have to go grab that from the URL. So this looks like it's good to go, but also important to note for each vessel inside of Shipyard, we have email notifications for any error that occurs or for the completion of an on-demand run, as well as guardrails to protect against the number of retries, the time between retries, and the runtime cutoff as well. So that's our DBT Cloud vessel. It's good to go. So now I can go back and I want to look for my S3 vessels. So I want to upload a file. So I'm going to click that. There's that authorization guide again if you need it. I'm going to name this upload DBT logs to S3. So then my bucket name, the local file or local folder name. And so again, that's what was in that the authorization pop-up earlier. So we want to grab its shipyard-artifacts / DBT Cloud blueprints / logs is where the logs are going to be stored for each one of your runs whenever you download them. So we just want to grab one file this time. So we're going to grab this dbt_console_output.txt. There's some other logs that are in there, but we're just going to grab this one file this time. So that's the one that we want to grab. We want to put this in our DBT video logs folder inside of S3. I'm going to leave S3 file name blank so it'll just keep the same name that it had from earlier. And then we need our S3 access key ID, our secret access key as well. Pick the right region. We're in West 2. So this looks like it's good to set up. So I can connect those together. So now looking at our full fleet here, so our first vessel is going to download the logs from DBT Cloud. If that download is successful, we'll then upload that log into S3. So the last thing we need to do before we run this is name our fleet. So we can name this DBT Cloud to Amazon S3 and logs this time. Okay, so now on the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, I can click Save and Finish. This is going to take us to a screen telling us that the fleet has been created successfully, as you see here. And now I can click Run Your Fleet. So whenever I click Run Your Fleet, it's going to schedule it to run immediately. Inside of Shipyard, we call this an on-demand run. So anywhere that you see that in the documentation or in the interface anywhere, that's what that's referring to. Anytime you're working with a fleet, you can click this purple Run Now button on the top right-hand corner of your screen, and it's going to kick off an on-demand run for the fleet that you're currently looking at. We can also kick off your fleet runs in two other ways using our Triggers tab here. So we have a scheduling trigger. We can schedule your fleet to run based on any timing that you would like. We also have an API trigger so that you can programmatically kick off your fleet run that way as well. So you can see whenever we start an on-demand run, it takes us over to our fleet log where you can see a live view of your fleet run as it's happening. You can see that our first vessel is already completed. I can click inside of that in our Gantt chart, and you can see the Python output from that run. You can see the inputs that we put in, as well as the API key, it being a secret, so it's hidden from the logs. So anyone can't just pop in and see your API key, but then you can see all the files that were downloaded from that run from DBT Cloud. If I go back to my fleet log, you can see that the upload is complete as well. So now we should be able to find that DBT console output.txt file inside of our S3 bucket here. If I refresh this page, you can see there's that DBT_console output.txt file. So in this video, we discussed how you can download your logs and artifacts from DBT Clouds and then upload your logs into Amazon S3. If you have any questions about this solution or how you can use Shipyard in your organization, use the link in the description to set up a time to chat with our team of data experts. If you want to see more tutorials like this one, check out these related videos.